This concept right here, I think, is highly important when training athletes and is swept under the rug for all the flashy Instagram, TikTok movement patterns. Strong by Science has always known what he's talking about. If you don't follow him, go follow him. And for my followers, we have talked about what's called the force velocity curve for many, many years. I think utilized correctly and consistently, the force velocity curve could be one of or the most important thing in any athletic training model. No different than politics, this graph shows you what is wrong with staying on one or the other end of any spectrum, whether it's red versus blue, power building, CrossFit, the list goes on. So the force velocity curve gives us a very simple and effective breakdown of how to train different rep ranges and different intensities for athletes. The problem, as I stated earlier, is getting caught in only training one of these intensity blocks rather than training them all or training your weaknesses in different training blocks. So for instance, a lot of young powerlifters get caught in this max strength block. They're only training in the 90 to 100% range while all of this suffers. And then on the other end of the curve, your maximum velocity. Even though CrossFit never truly looks at maximum velocity, they're looking at max speed. A lot of the times they train down in this range, sometimes creeping into speed strength. In CrossFit, you're trying to get the max amount of work, not intensity, the max amount of work done in the minimal amount of time. That is speed. Velocity is actually increasing your force output to actually accelerate an object faster and faster. And so it's very important to touch on all these blocks, as in most sports that you're training athletes for, they're going to have to use every single one of these in their sport. Think of max strength as two offensive linemen going head to head for one hard, heavy punch, and then the whistle blows. And then all the way down here, think of a wide receiver going on a go route as fast as they possibly can. Two very important types of scenarios that need to be trained. So for people new into the athletic training, strength and conditioning world, you can use this block as a great way to periodize and program for all your athletes. For most athletes that train with me 4 times a week, I'm going to look at a max strength block, a peak power block, a max velocity block, and then a hypertrophy day on the back end so they have the full weekend to recover. So I will rotate all of our primals, bench, squat, deadlift, cleans, X, Y, and Z, lunges, step-ups, and rotate them through each one of these blocks so you hit squats for strength, power, hypertrophy, velocity, X, Y, and Z. Hope this helps explain the force velocity curve.